Today on Queensland Weekender, the things you discover in the outback.
He must have massive hands. Beam me up, Scotty. Hello again, welcome to Queensland Weekender for another Saturday. It's fantastic to have your company. If I was asked to list three of the most recognisable outback festivals, well, you'd have to start with the Birdsville races. There's the Winton Outback Festival, and then of course one of my favourites, the Julia Creek Dirt and Dust Festival. Celebrating its 20th anniversary this year, it's going to be a massive birthday bash and one that I couldn't miss. But you know what they say? Getting there is half the fun. It's not necessarily the destination, sometimes it is the journey. And on today's journey, we leave here Rockhampton and head west for 1,000 kilometres to hook up with our mates from the bush. Going to be a fantastic ride. Come along for the adventure.
I'm joining a convoy of four-wheel drive enthusiasts, all heading to the Julia Creek Dirt and Dust Festival, and all keen to experience the Queensland outback in all its glory. This trek has been dubbed the pit stop to the creek, and what a way to have an adventure before all the fun of the festival begins. The journey will take us through Queensland's gemfields, past some iconic outback landmarks, and onto ancient lands where dinosaurs once roamed. And it's not long until our first rest stop, about 150 kilometres west of Rocky, at the little town of Dingo.
So as classic names for outback places go, this place would have to be right up there. No one's quite sure how the town of Dingo got its name. There's one story going around that a surveyor saw a dingo on a creek bank, another that some pioneers around here used to hear dingoes howling late at night. Thankfully, there aren't too many dingoes around the place these days, except for this old fella who takes pride of place right in the middle of town. And Cooper's riding him at the moment.
We've got a great selection of keen four-wheel drivers on this trip. A country band, some prize winners from Townsville and a couple from Moree. And leading us to Julia Creek is Martin Jocelyn from Adventure Australia Treks and Tours. They offer four-wheel driving tours around the country in customised vehicles that guests can drive themselves. He's one of the brains behind the pit stop and reckons it provides a unique experience for travellers.
The pit stop to the creek is about showing people that you don't have to come by plane or bus. You can come in your own vehicle and take a few leisurely stops along the way to have a bit of a holiday and, you know, end up at the event.
In fact, Martin reckons you'll feel like a local by the time you get to Julia Creek.
Now, coming in your own four-wheel drive or your own car gives you the flexibility to be able to have a look at everything in your own time, not be pressured by time frames or time slots, and then away you go.
From Dingo, it's 123 kilometres to the gateway to Central Queensland's gemfields, Emerald. And when you're on the pit stop, each town welcomes you in different ways. At the Central Highlands Visitor Information Centre, local Peter Grigg has kindly agreed to show the group one of the town's signature attractions.
So we're on our mosaic walkway. This is a centenary of the Federation, one of the projects that we put in place here. This is 100 years in 100 metres.
All the mosaics were created by local artists, and each one has a different story to tell.
This is where the three rivers of the Nagoa, the Comet, and the Mackenzie all run in together to form that Mackenzie River system.
And of course that river system just recently came right through here, didn't it?
In 2008 and 2011, where we're standing right now, we would have been up to at least over our knees in water.
You're lucky your painting didn't get wet then.
Well, mate, if it ever happened again, I know where I'm going to sleep. Top of that.
That is Emerald's giant easel, 25 metres high. It weighs over 13 tonnes. It's Van Gogh's Sunflowers supersized, and it's only one of three in the world and the only one in Australia.
We all talk about the big things to see in Queensland. This is the biggest easel, I would think, other than the other three that are around the world, in the world. Huge. And what a gig. The bloke comes back about every 15 or 20 years and gives it a touch-up.
He must have massive hands.
He's a big bloke, as you can see, look.
Just down the road is the Emerald Cabin and Caravan Village, which is our home for the night. Martin has provided tents, and as everyone gets busy putting them up, it provides the perfect opportunity to chat to more members of our convoy, folks like Dave and Sandy from Moree.
Hey, this camping caper, do you get out and do this much?
Yeah, we do. We love it.
Yeah, quite regular season campers.
Yeah, but not in flash gear like this.
This is extremely good gear.
Pretty flash surrounds, aren't
Yeah,
they?
absolutely.
Well, as we get busy setting up for the night, we'll take a break. But when we return, a golfing challenge in the little town of Alpha.
Oh, topped it. Have another go.